Yes, Uncle Chunty.
Oi hoi, Uncle Chunt here. Guess what? Xbox and Microsoft are stepping up the game yet again. Yes, Uncle Chunt, the Xbox shill, unabashedly. My goodness. So now we're looking forward to the path of subscription services taking up to another level, where you can subscribe to the Xbox All Access, I believe they're calling it. There's no official announcement, it's kind of leaked, but what it means is you can apply to their subscription and you'll get a console, all their services, so Game Pass, Xbox Gold, and it's all in one monthly payment of, I think they were saying it's about $34 US-ish, around then, for 2 years. So if you think of it like a mobile phone subscription, you get your phone, your services, blah blah blah. Now people who are just so narrow-minded and find it extremely difficult to think outside the box and factor things in outside their own experience are already saying, oh, this is just, you know, this is the Walmart of consoles now, where even those that can't afford anything can get into the game. Like, what kind of mentality is that? That's just the wrong attitude to be going towards this. I don't understand. Do you pay for your mobile phone outright? And do you pay for your 2 years of mobile phone service outright as well? I don't know what world that you belong to, but it's sure as hell not my world. I still haven't got an Xbox One X yet. Mainly because I'm still finding it hard to justify the $650 price tag here in Australia. But if they're offering it to me as like a $30 or something, $40 a month, which will bundle in my current Xbox Live Gold subscription, that seems very appealing to me, because then if they do start doing this new console cycle every 4 years or something, or every 2 years, that just makes sense. Instead of, I mean, someone has already done the math. I'm glad, because I suck at math, but they've already added it up, where over the 2 years, the cost of Game Pass, Xbox Live Gold, and a console for like an Xbox One S or X, it's essentially the same price as if you paid it outright. So it's not like you're paying interest or anything on top. You're essentially looking at not even really a financing. Well, maybe it is like a lease. You're leasing or financing, and I'm pretty sure, like, obviously this hasn't been officially revealed yet, but I'm pretty sure the rumors are saying that, and you will own that console at the end of that subscription lease period, which would make sense, because you got people who are going, oh, this is just another thing that we're not going to own. You know, streaming services, downloading games, you know, we already don't own those games, and now we're not going to own our consoles. I don't think that's correct, because, I mean, when they introduce a new console, what are they going to do? Take the old one off you? It's obsolete. It's just like phones. Like, I'm currently leasing this Samsung Galaxy Note 8. I'm leasing that, which means I have to return it once it's done, unless I damage it. And pay it outright, but I get to return that as long as it's in good working order. But phones have a better resellability than a console does. That's just my opinion. You can get a secondhand Xbox for maybe half the price or less, you know, for resellers or secondhand, or, you know, when you trade them in. I don't think Microsoft and Xbox is going to be too concerned about reselling or pulling back those consoles, because once you've signed up, you've got your foot in the door for this subscription, you've got your console, you've got their platform at a really affordable entry price. Why would they take the console back off you? They'll let you own that, and I assume that the subscription service will then tail back to just be Gold and Game Pass, because once you've owned the console, you don't need to pay that. At least I'm hoping what that is. That's what that is, because that makes sense to me. Because if you're on a 2-year plan, unless they do consider the option of releasing a new console every 2 years, which I don't think they'll be doing, unless they choose to do that, there's no reason for you to continue to pay that same amount when you've paid the console off, you've got the 2 subscription services. I personally think that's how it should be. If they're going to give you that console at the end of that 24-month term, the 2-year term, you continue to pay your subscriptions for their services, but you own the console. You've got your foot in the door really cheap and easy. It's manageable, and then you're good for the next, 4 years after that. And then when another one comes around, you just ante up on your subscription. Pay a bit more, and you get the next console. I actually think this is a really good idea, because as someone who, I don't know, my priorities changes month to month, and I'm finding it difficult to kind of invest in a $650 console when I just have other priorities at the moment. But if they came to me and said, look, we can roll in your online subscriptions and we can give you a new console, and you're essentially not really paying much more, and you don't have to wait for the the period of just saving, putting the money away to buy one. We can just give it to you now. You're not paying interest. Your online services are rolled in, and you're good to go. It sounds like a really good idea. Now, if all of that is true, I don't know. Unless they officially release something that's official, this at the moment is all hearsay. I just wanted to have my word on it because I'm actually really excited. I think it's a good thing. No one else is doing it, and this is just another layer of customer service and quality of life services that Microsoft and Xbox are just nailing with the Xbox platform. It's unreal, man. Like, if you look at the list of features and abilities and codecs and playback abilities and just options in general as far as fidelity and sound and like everything, and on top of that the services that Xbox and Microsoft offer, and my favorite games are on Xbox, like the exclusives. I'll go to Xbox for the exclusives and the services. I'm not too interested in Sony's exclusives very much, which is why I don't really play it or bother to buy a PS4 outside of God of War and this new Spider-Man game. But that's about it. So yeah, I might sound like a fanboy, but I just enjoy that platform. It's me. I mean, Gears of War, say no more, Halo, I'm all about that shit. And Forza Horizon, I always get their exclusives, and I really enjoy them all. So it just seems to be me. So yeah, I'm excited because I'm already invested heavily into this platform. So if they're already giving me more services and more options, like I could just, I could get the $650 or whatever, or trade in my console and, walk out the next. Cool. But if I had the option of I'm not too sure, I don't feel too comfortable in throwing that amount of money down straight up. But they do have this option, the subscription option, that seems appealing to me. And you could easily budget that in every month, and you can get it now, because we're all about wanting things now. Instead of saying, well, if I could probably do it better, but example, if you put $50 away a month, you might get the Xbox at the end of the year, or I can walk out of the shop with it now. I just think it's good. And the way that Microsoft and Xbox are going, or what they're seeming to be going for here, is future-proofing themselves, giving the consumer more options to get invested and involved in their ecosystem. I just think those who are poo-pooing this aren't really seeing the scope of what they're offering here. Ooh, I got a message. They're just not understanding the actual breadth of what Xbox and Microsoft are trying to do. I'm not sponsored by these guys at all, but I wish I was. But if I didn't like it, I would tell you. I have no qualms in saying something I don't like that Xbox were doing, but I haven't had a negative thing to say about them for a long time besides the IP slowdown. But we know they're investing, and they're gonna just knock it out of the park, just coming out swinging with the next gen, I tell you. But look, I'm approving of this, and as I said, those who are kind of narrow-minded in this thing just don't understand, or they obviously live in a world where they don't need that option. But there are so many people out there that would love to afford to be able to get into this, this space, but dropping $650 or $500 or $400 on a new console, it just isn't available to them. There are people out there that don't have your kind of money, so just think a bit more. I just don't understand hating the hate behind giving those more options who need it. the more people that can play games is better for the industry and the platform overall. And this option isn't for you, so then get over it, you know. So what? And if you want to try it, it's there. I just don't understand the complaints. Look, until we know more, this is all hearsay and rumors. But rumors, as we know, usually start from somewhere, and some reputable places have been reporting on this. And I wasn't going to say something unless it was just some random sites, but a couple of the bigger name places that have had a good track record, like I was reading through just to make sure, seem to be backing it. And so it just got me a bit more excited because they're usually right in these things. So I just wanted to give my kind of stamp of approval. I'm excited to see where this goes. I don't know if this is going to be like an announcement later on in the year, or if this is all, you know, wasn't supposed to be shown until next year's E3 or something, and that's a long way away. So we'll see what happens. But look, let me know what you think. If you had a choice, if an Xbox rep came up to you and said, look, here's a console, here's a new Xbox One X. Out of the choice of paying outright, give me $650 down, or you can pay $40 a month and you get all our online services, what are you ready to do today? You know, what would you do? You know, I don't want to know your money situations, but I'm just saying, like, what would you be more inclined to take? The cheaper option or just hands down? Obviously, you might make a more educated choice if you knew more about it, as would I. But just at first knee-jerk reaction on the ability or the possibility of this, it seems positive to me. So, yeah. My name's Uncle Chunt'd. Just want to say my word. Let me know what you think. And toodaloos until the next one.